Hi, my name is Mary Evans. I'm a native of Waco, Texas, and the name of my book is called Thunder and Lightning. So, what I'll do first is read a couple of things. I'll read the synopsis from the back first. What happens when you bring to life a huge acoustic sound wave in a gigantic spark of static electricity? You get thunder and lightning. Now imagine what would happen if these two fictional characters get into a big fight on a dim, dark Saturday night. Follow their battle to see how they whimsically banter back and forth as the clouds and the stars cheer them on. Find out who won the fight, who knocked who out of sight. So I can be found on my website, which is maryevans.com, MaryEvans.com. And on all social media platforms, you basically just need to just search Google Mary E. Evans Thunder and Lightning, and everything will pop up. On my IG handle and Facebook, it's author Mary Evans. Okay, I'm on a lot of social media platforms now. So what I want to do is, before I read my book, kind of go over some backstory with you about Thunder and Lightning. Let me just hold it up. So Thunder and Lightning started out as a poem. So I'm a poet and a lyricist, among other things. And with that being said, let me just read the back part. I can do that. Okay, so it says Mary E. Evans, aka Mary, Maryee, which is my pen name, a member of SCBWI, is an avid writer of poetry and lyrical content. She has infused her love for education and enlightenment of others by way of sharing on internet sites and spoken word appearances throughout the country. A middle school math teacher who loves to find creative ways to reach her students, Mary uses songs and storytelling to engage and ignite learning. Her combined talents have been the driving force behind her first children's picture book, Thunder and Lightning. Okay. So, a little backstory. As a poet, I lived in California and I came back home to Waco in 2005. So, March 31st, 2006, I woke up one morning and I had my journal, and I'm not sure if it was raining the night before, have not a clue. But I wrote this poem from beginning to end, and the words in the poem seemed so unusual, so much that a couple of them I'd never even heard of. I literally just made them up as I was reading them. And I was like, that's very interesting. So I used to host an open mic poetry at this local coffee house back home in Waco called Beatnik's Coffee House. It's defunct. It's no longer in existence. And so as the host of the open mic poetry night, I would warm up the mic by reading some poems. And this poem that I wrote called Thunder and Lightning was such a fun poem to read, and it got folks smiling and kind of laughing and bobbing their heads. And then along the way, folks who came every week, because we had it every Thursday night, would say, that Thunder and Lightning, you should get it turned into a children's picture book. So I was thinking, wow, that would never, that was not on my bingo card to write a book, a picture book for children using that poem. Because when I lived in California, prior to coming home to Waco, I was set to come home to Waco to write about small town USA. And for whatever reason, Thunder and Lightning showed up. Well, it took me 6.5 years to find an illustrator who could convey the image that was in my head of what thunder looked like, because we all know what lightning looks like, but thunder is a sound. And so as a teacher, I tried to see if I can get students to like come up with an image. I asked relatives. I really wanted it to be someone like hometown, like from Waco or from Texas, to be the illustrator, but that's just not what was in the plans. So I was working with this self-publishing company at the time, and they what they did was they helped authors who had stories connect with illustrators from around the world to help bring their stories to life with illustrations. And so the project manager at that time, she left me a message. I think she emailed me, I believe, and she says, "Mary, I think we found your illustrator." And a little author backstory, I'll just show you this picture right quick before I read the book. You know, if you think about like nowadays, if kids are about to find out if they got into Harvard or if they got a scholarship or passed their law bar exam, and they videotape it. So of course this was 2013 at this point, because it took 6.5 years to find this illustrator. I wish I had someone videotaping me when I opened up my email and I saw these two images right here. And when I saw these two images, I was like, that's my illustrator. And as a self-published author, you have to pay for every page individually. But when I saw those two images, it was a done deal. And so Luis Perez, who is my illustrator, he's actually out of Europe. And this is his picture right here. And I'll just read his little bio. Luis Perez is a professional freelance children's book illustrator. He's from Portugal, and his work has been exemplified in books, video game design, and more. He is self-taught and just an amazing, amazing illustrator. So let's see. Okay, so the book, before I read it, you'll come to find out that it is full of literary elements. When I say literary elements, I mean onomatopoeia, personification, assonance, rhyme, alliteration, just a gamut, probably more than I'm sharing right now, because these characters come to life and they do a lot of things as they are personified as human characters. Let's see. And yeah, so I'm going to read the book, and then I'm going to share, if I have time, I'm going to share some of the behind the scenes of things that I had to change and make alterations with when I published the book, and I worked with a self-publishing company to bring the full book alive. Okay, so I'll go ahead and read Thunder and Lightning. And on the front it just says, to Tim, Jen, Alma, and all the Beatniks Coffee House Open Mic Poetry crew. Tim is my big brother in Houston, Jen is my sister, and Alma was my spiritual mentor who passed away before the book was published. So here we go. So I'm going to show the pictures along so you can enjoy it. Okay. Thunder and lightning got in a fight. It happened one dim, dark Saturday night. A gang of clouds created a billowy patch while the stars lined the clouds for the ringside match. Thunder in one corner was ready to blow, while lightning suited up to steal the show. Thunder sucked in his breath deeper enough, then belched out a sound so rough and tough. Lightning zipped and he zammed, he zoomed and he zittered, gliding through the clouds without a float or a flitter. Lightning said shizzle bizzle fizzly hack, and Thunder said pinga punga hinga right back. Lightning stood tall, a jagged bronze dagger, and flew through the air without a sway or a swagger. Thunder had his fist up, swinging in the air. Lightning swung his sword like he just didn't care. With one huff and one puff, Thunder pounded the sky. With the gold striped wiggle, Lightning hissed a war cry. Thunder swung and he swung, ba-boom, ba-bum, ba-boom, ba-bum, and lightning swung and he swung. Let's make sure I say that. Thunder swung and he swung, ba-boom, ba-bum, ba-boom, ba-bum, and lightning flung and he flung, pa-cheep, cha-chow, pa-cheep, cha-chow. Make sure I say that right. While the stars sang a song, cheering them on, singing, who will win the fight? Who will win the fight? Who's gonna knock who out of sight? The clouds had their bets on lightning to win, while the stars chose thunder as the next kingpin. The battle raged on till the break of dawn. The stars nestled in the clouds began to yawn. With one final shout and one final blow, thunder and lightning ended their show. Wait, who won the fight? Who won the fight? Who knocked who out of sight? If you really, really, really want to know who won, just look up in the sky and ask the sun. The end. Okay, so I want to talk about what I normally do when I speak with the children. Usually after I finish reading the book, I ask them, did you like the book? And it's for ages, I'm going to say 18 months and up, because of so many ways in which you can utilize the book. I say 18 months because as long as they don't rip the pages out or chew up and eat the pages, they can appreciate the book. A lot of parents will buy the book when the children are young or infants or toddlers, and they'll just hold on to it until they know for sure how they can protect and take care of the book. So now, Thunder and Lightning, it's available in soft cover. It's available in hardback. The book is all over the world. When I say all over the world, I mean from Australia to Africa to England, just all over the world. And it's such a fun book. It's great for pre-K. I've read to a lot of pre-K kids. I've visited for Career Day. Goodness gracious. I presented in many ways because I have it memorized, and it's only 300 words, all over many places. And one of the other things I wanted to share was, a little author backstory. So I already shared the two pictures that the two images that Luis turned in when I chose him as my illustrator. But I want to show you this right here. So when he laid out the story, he actually didn't use a storyboard, but when he illustrated the book, he had a page. Let's see if I can say this right. So it says, while lightning suited up to steal the show. Well, the next page had thunder sucked in his breath deep enough, then belted out sound so rough and tough. So that was here, but on this page, this was not there. It was actually this part that said, lightning says shizzle, bizzle, fizzly hack. So I had a dilemma. I had to either get rid of this entire part right here, or sit down after it was written almost 7 years prior, and add more to the story. And so I knew it had the literary elements in it, so I said, you know what, I'm going to add some alliteration. So I knew I was talking about thunder right here. I knew I was going to talk about lightning right here, and so that's how this page was added. I had to ask Luis to illustrate an additional page. He was very happy to do that because he loves thunder and lightning in the storyline, because he loves to illustrate for non-human characters. So that's why it ended up lightning zipped and he zammed, he zoomed and he zittered, gliding through the clouds without a float or a flitter. So I just think that it was so cool that I saved this page and then came up with another really kind of cool page to end it all. Another fun thing when I'm reading to the students and the children is at the point when the fight was taking so long and it says the stars nestled in the clouds began to yawn, I usually say, stop, let's take a break, and everyone yawns, and all the kids will they'll just yawn. Another part is just the fun kind of snapping along when it's, who won the fight, who won the fight, who knocked who out of sight. So if you want to see me reading the book, just go to YouTube and type in Mary Evans Thunder and Lightning. You'll see different opportunities where different times where I had the opportunity to read to different children at different ages. This is a labor of love. Some people have asked, is there going to be a sequel, a part two? I can't answer that question because I'm not sure. I wasn't trying to write a picture book. I just got up one morning and wrote a poem. But who knows? Something may come up where Thunder and Lightning can actually have a part two, a sequel. I do want to get some type of interactive app for kids to use on the phones, but I really want it in an educational way. So I'm just really trying to think, like, what can I do to continue having Thunder and Lightning move across not only the city, the state, the nation, and the world in a fun and interactive way. And whenever I sign my books, I always sign them Read, Write, and Dream Big, because I really believe that if you read and you write and you dream big, you never know what can happen. Again, my name is Mary Evans. The name of my book is Thunder and Lightning. If anyone's interested in getting my book into a public library or school library, or having me come and visit, just reach out to me through the internet. I'm easily found. You can email me at authormaryevans@gmail.com. And again, Thunder and Lightning is just such a fun book, and I'd recommend anyone to just check it out. I'm a local author. I do also Zoom into classrooms. I can do workshops with writing for the kids and creative writing. My illustrator Luis, actually, if I coordinate well enough with them, we can come on together and have a fun little activity with the children. And so, yeah, but that is all. Thank you.
You went over?